Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be looking at the chance for some snow on Monday and then the chance for a major snowstorm on Wednesday. Now I'm going to be going over all of the major forecast models, the GFS, which is known as the US model, the GDPS, which is the Canadian model, and the EMCWF, which is the European forecast model. I'm going to be looking at all the different types of precipitation that is expected in these storms, and after I've gone over all that, I'm going to show everybody the snowfall outlook. Now, to begin with, I have the GFS forecast model here on Monday, and a low starts moving through North Carolina and Virginia, producing some heavy snow for West Virginia. Then the storm quickly moves out to sea while bringing some heavy snowfall, especially to Jersey and Long Island. But now we have to look at the major storm that's coming up for Wednesday. Now, as we look over the next several days, not much stuff is going on, but then we get into early Wednesday morning and some heavy precipitation starts forming, especially across Virginia and West Virginia. Then heavy to moderate precipitation starts moving into Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania as a low forms off the North Carolina coast. The storm then starts pushing up the coast, bringing some moderate to heavy precipitation across lots of PA. Heaviest precipitation is with this model is expected to be in southeastern Pennsylvania throughout late Wednesday evening, and then the storm will finally start pushing out with some very heavy precipitation being brought to northeastern Pennsylvania and parts of Connecticut and New York. Now I have the Canadian model here, and I'm not even going to bother trying to show you Monday's weather because it doesn't really expect any snow for Monday. But as we see here, getting into early Wednesday, a low pressure system starts pushing up the coast with some moderate to heavy precipitation, especially through North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia, as some light snow starts to move into Pennsylvania. Then getting into the next frame, some moderate to heavy precipitation starts moving into south central Pennsylvania with some moderate precipitation for Mifflin and Juniata. And then the heaviest precipitation is expected around the DC area. In the next run, we have some moderate to heavy precipitation across much of central Pennsylvania, with heaviest precipitation expected in eastern Pennsylvania and parts of Virginia, and even some of New Jersey with parts of New York City. And then the precipitation starts pushing out, getting into early Thursday with heavy precipitation continuing through Connecticut. Now for last but not least, we have the European forecast model. Now for Monday, it shows some mixed precipitation throughout much of the area. This storm then quickly moves out to sea with some precipitation that could actually stick. 1 to 2 inches of snow would be possible with this run. And then we get into Wednesday and we see the storm starting to move north with some light precipitation early into Wednesday and the heavier precipitation down into Virginia. Into the next frame, we see some moderate to heavy precipitation pushing into central Pennsylvania with a low starting to form right between North Carolina and Virginia. Then looking into the next frame, we see some very, very heavy precipitation across much of central Pennsylvania as the low has pushed out to sea, which would be really weird to see this to happen with a low so far out to sea in such heavy precipitation this far inland. In the next frame, we start to see the storm actually move back in. The low pressure system starts to move back into the coast, leaving some moderate precipitation around for much of central Pennsylvania and heavier precipitation throughout much of northeastern Pennsylvania and parts of Massachusetts. And then the storm quickly moves out, getting into midday Thursday. Now I want to take a look at the snowfall for the next week, and some of these totals could be surprising. With the GFS, we could see much of the area seeing 6 to 10 inches of snow, with some places that are closer to the coast seeing 12 inches plus. Now with the Canadian model, we are seeing the potential for 8 to 14 inches for much of the region, with isolated areas especially in southeastern Pennsylvania, seeing 18 to 24 inches. And then last but not least, we have the European model with a surprising area of 2 feet plus. Much of the area could end up seeing 10 to 20 inches of snow if this model would play out, and some isolated areas could see 2 feet plus. Now, if the European model would play out, this would make for a larger storm than 2016, which was the last major snowstorm that to hit the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, everybody, I hope you liked my video, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and once you subscribe, please press that notification bell so that you can get all the notifications, or just a few notifications, on my latest uploads. That way you can all stay tuned for what is upcoming about this storm. I will have more videos out getting through the weekend as well as into next week with more updates on this storm. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.